I tend to get lost in the cities, and whenever I feel lost, I just head for the mountains actually. So I get a sense of calmness and a sense of peace when I'm in the mountains.
I enjoy being there in the mountains. I mean, at the superficial level, it looks like when I say I enjoy being in the mountains, I could enjoy being in a bar, I could enjoy reading a book. But to be in the mountains, I think, is a different kind of joy.
I'm Vikas. I work with Chrysalid Outdoor Learning Centers and Eureka. Chrysalid Outdoor Learning Centers was founded in 2008 with the simple objective of creating spaces in the outdoors where people can come and spend good time. It's not a hotel, it's not a motel, it's not a resort. It's a very basic infrastructure that we offer, and the whole idea is on the experience part.
My name is Percy. I was a career journalist. I still write. I work for Eureka. I also work for Chrysalid. I work a lot with children. I was born in Delhi, but I'm not sure where I belong.
This idea, Percy had it in mind of organizing a pure trail run across the mountains. And since we have a property, Dharamshala is popular, McLeodganj has got a beautiful backdrop, so why not find a trail around that place only? But how the people would perform on the trail, how would their bodies react, and what could happen is something we could only anticipate. So safety was one big area where we had to work on, and what we did was we created 10 aid stations along the entire route. So these aid stations had first aid medicines. They had rehydration drinks. Every aid station had 2 people, and one of them was a trained first aid and search and rescue guy. So these were all trained mountaineers who had done their basic, advanced and MOIs and first aid courses. So in a way we were prepared through the trail itself for any kind of emergency that could happen. And we also had a sweep team of horses. There was a horseman with 2 horses who was stationed at Triund actually. He went early in the morning. In case of any eventuality on either side, he would just have to descend to that place and carry that person down to the nearest ambulance.
Why a run? Because we wanted to embrace as many people as possible. Because I think the philosophy behind a race and a run is completely different. But I think particularly endurance running, it has its charm, it has its philosophy that most runners do understand and realize. It is not an ordinary run, mind you, but we are all ordinary people. So it was very clear at the outset that we wanted to call this a run. Everything went like clockwork. It wouldn't have happened without the team. We did not even once had to verify, recheck. So such was the commitment, the trust between all of us. So I would say this is again an example of amazing teamwork. It was like an orchestra. We all came together. We just did what we had to do. Right from getting up for 4 o'clock in the morning, for the horses to be on the ridge. I would say I was quite pleased and quite happy with the way it was executed. You don't do this because you're being paid as a marshal or because you had also a task to do. I think this is something beyond all that. I think all of us had one thing in common, which is passion. The idea is that even if it were only me and Vikas running on that event, we wanted to do it right. We initially expected not more than 4 or 5 people perhaps, and then the enthusiasm swelled. So this year we would want to add value and do something better so that we would want to give the runners a memorable experience. This was the first ever mountain trail run in the country.
So the plan was that we will do the start of the race, and then the same team would go to the finish and do the setup, so that when the runners are coming back, they are welcomed and we take care of them. So, so what happened was that by the time we finished the start of the race, we picked up our stuff and we came down to the vehicles towards the finish line. We got news that the first runner is already on his way to the finish. That was the speed of this guy. When we went there, he was just sitting across on the road waiting for us, and we had to apologize and say, yeah, this is something which we did not actually anticipate at all. That somebody would cross that 16 kilometers in 1 hour 20 minutes and reach actually before us, who were just about a few kilometers away from the start line.